Every time you scroll through Instagram, shop online, or see a fashion ad that feels like it read your mind, that's not just a coincidence. There's an invisible system working behind that screen. I'm Sathvika, and my research project is called Fashion, Data and Trust: How Transparency Can Redefine Digital Personalization. This research looks at how algorithms are changing the way we discover fashion, how we shop, and most importantly, how we trust brands in the digital world. Right now, fashion brands use really powerful systems that track what we like, what we click on, how long we pause on something, and then use that data to predict what we might want next. But most of the time, we don't really know how this works or how much of our data is being used. So my research asks a very simple but important question. How can fashion brands create stronger trust and real emotional connections by being more transparent and giving consumers a choice instead of quietly tracking them? Instead of personalization feeling creepy or invasive, I'm exploring how it can feel more like a collaboration, like something you're part of, not something happening to you. My research uses a mix of qualitative and quantitative methods. First, I'm doing semi-structured interviews with fashion consumers between the ages of 18 and 35. I'm focusing on how people feel about being tracked, how transparency means to them, and what makes them trust or distrust a brand. Second, I'm doing a comparative analysis of fashion companies. I'm looking at emotionally driven campaigns from brands like Calvin Klein, Jacquemus, and Aritzia, and comparing them with campaigns that rely mostly on algorithm targeting. And third, I'm running a consumer survey that looks at how people feel about tools like style quizzes, wish lists, loyalty programs, and personalized dashboards. Together, these methods help me understand both emotional responses and actual behaviors. What I found really interesting is the idea of transparency itself can become a form of value, even a kind of luxury. When people understand how their data is being used, when they're invited to participate instead of being silently tracked, they feel more respected. And that respect builds trust. Fashion isn't just about clothes. It's about identity, confidence, and self-expression. But most digital fashion systems really design for emotion. They design for speed and efficiency. My research looks at that tension, the line between what feels helpful and what feels invasive, and how we can redesign that experience. I'm not arguing that we should get rid of technology. I'm arguing that we should redesign it so it feels more honest, more human, and more collaborative. Because personalization shouldn't feel like surveillance. It should feel like a conversation. And in a world where fashion is built on data, I believe trust design tool we have.